Peace, everyone. Baba Kilindi here. Hope everyone's having a productive day. Posing the question, if there were, let's give it a round number, 1 billion simulations of what we call reality, what are the chances that you are in the primary reality? It's a big number, 1 billion to 1. There's a movement in the physics community and other areas of science that we're living in a simulation. And my contention is that they're correct and that we are also embedded in simulations. We're at the point now where computer power is moving towards a point where this simulation is about to start their own simulations with virtual reality. And it will be virtually indistinguishable from this simulation that we're in right now. These are the type of things that we'll be talking about and discussing at the Detroit Psychedelic Conference, August 10th, 11th, 12th, in the city of Detroit. We're off the road from traveling to different places, talking about psychedelics, making connections with people who are in the psychedelic, entheogenic, hallucinogenic world, and it was productive. We had a great retreat back in June, the 15th, 16th, and 17th in the Mexican mountains at San Jose de Pacifico, which is a ways from Oaxaca, in the mountains with the cloud people. They're called the cloud people because they actually live in the clouds. And we smoked the Bufo alvarius toad, and we also ate the food of the gods, the mushrooms that grow in the crevices of the mountains where the lightning strikes. They call them thunder and lightning mushrooms. And they are the actual mushrooms that the Olmec, the Toltec, the Aztec, and the Mayans utilized in their spiritual rituals from the beginning all the way down to the time of the conquistadors coming in and destroying a lot of the information. Cortez, Pizarro, De Soto, the others who came in and literally destroyed the civilization and forced the mushroom use underground. There was still a viable mushroom knowledge on the African continent, and we find that mushrooms grow all over the world around where great temples are. At Angkor Wat in Cambodia, the mushrooms that built Angkor Wat still grow around the temple. In India, the mushrooms that gave us the Vedas and the Upanishads and the Mahabharata and the Ramayana and the sacred knowledge of India are still there, still working, still growing. And we have this worldwide mushroom and entheogenic utilization worldwide. It's nothing new, but there's a resurgence after the clampdown of the last 40 years of entheogens. We're reemerging and getting a chance to be able to do what we haven't done since the time of the hunting and gathering, before agriculture, before the great flood of the Younger Dryas. We're back, and we're here to take it to the next level, to push the singularity organically and technologically, merging the two so that we get the best of both worlds these are the type of things that we'll be talking about at the Detroit Psychedelic Conference. So come out. We'll be talking in several different areas dealing with entheogens. We're just back from Prague at the Beyond Psychedelics Conference in the great old city of Prague, where the Winter King, Frederick the Elector Palatine, brought together the Bohemian wizards and sorcerers of Europe, like John Dee and Edward Kelly, to change the alchemical lead into gold as far as the knowledge is concerned. And nobody can tell me that John Dee and Edward Kelly weren't using psychedelics with their scrying mirrors and things like that they were doing the alchemical work, because I went to the Alchemical Museum, which is in Prague, and it had a lot of information on the ancient alchemists that were there in Prague. So we're traveling the world. We're bringing back information to the urban environments. We're going on conferences. We're producing conferences. We're going on retreats. We're putting together retreats. We'll be going back to San Jose de Pacifico in Mexico next year at the mushroom season, because we go during mushroom season, so there's an abundance of mushrooms available. We'll be going to South Africa to talk with the Sanunsis and the Nsangomas and the Munti, which, of course, the translation is medicine, but the dreamers like Ubalawu and other sacred plants and fungi that are part of the South African pharmacopoeia of the power plants, the plants that gave us knowledge, the plants that brought us from the proto-human into the human, that gave us an understanding of the spiritual realms that exist cotangently with this artificially constructed reality of which we exist in, of which is a multiverse with a multiplicity of different universes that exist side by side and many interpenetrating one another, and crossed through ultra-dimensional, trans-dimensional, extra-dimensional states of consciousness of which these entheogens, psychedelics, and hallucinogens give us access to. So the great libraries of medicine, the great libraries of music, the great libraries of war, the planets of music, war, knowledge, information. All of these things are accessible for us. So join us. Come on out. Don't get left out, because we're at a point to where we're becoming saturated, because our facility isn't a large facility. It's ample, but you don't want to get caught trying to pay at the door or the last minute or like the last week or the last 2 weeks if you're coming to the conference. And if you're coming to the conference and you can't, go ahead and get your ticket. You're going to be, it's like the airlines, the price gets so high that it don't make no sense to come. No, I'm just kidding. Our prices staying the same, although there's a higher price at the door. But you won't be able to get in if you let all the tickets go and we reach our capacity as far as the ability to be able to put people into space. And we're coming out in the media in our psychedelic off the beaten path newspaper here that's free. And after that bus wide, the Detroit community will end up taking the last few tickets, and folks from out of town will be out of luck. So even if you're in Detroit, you'll be out of luck, because the last of the tickets will go fast. So I encourage those people who are supporters, those people who are entheogenic or psychedelic or psychonauts to come on out to this conference. It's in Detroit, so Chicago and Cleveland and St. Louis and Indianapolis and New York and Philadelphia and all the different places around that are within, 12 hours drive, 9 hours drive and things like that. Drive on up, drive on down, Canada, Toronto, Windsor, Ontario, other places. People come on out. It's an affordable conference. We've made it where people can come and it not be cost prohibitive. It's 2 nights at the movies if you take your family. Popcorn is, the large popcorn, it's $12. So for your knowledge, information, for being able to delve into the unknown and make it known, to go where no one has gone before, to understand things that have not been understood, to reach the same pristine states of consciousness that the ancients utilized to build all that we have. Come on out. Be our guest in the city of Detroit, the grand, beautiful city of Detroit. I know folks have seen the hype, but I've been all over the world. Everybody got a bad spot or two. Detroit may have 3, but it's a wonderful city. Come out, join us, get a chance to hang out with us. We're going to have the traditional after party. We're going to have the hangout time around the fire in the evenings, around the fire pit. We're going to talk psychedelics. Lecture about psychedelics. So come on out. We're glad to have you, happy to have you. We'll be talking the transdimensional information. We'll be talking about going through those wormholes, faraway galaxies, planets, exotic creatures, novel states of consciousness, how to go hard and deep, what to do when you get caught out there in the hard and the deep. All of the questions that people call me and ask at 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning from all over the world, from Czechoslovakia and Amsterdam and Prague and Africa and South America and Mexico. And oh man, I get calls, I get emails, all these things all the time. You folks come on out and ask your questions face to face. And it won't be just me there. There'll be people who are doing Toad, people are doing Iboka, which is Ibogaine, people are doing Combo, of course ayahuasca, all of the traditionals, some combinatories, but you need to come on out. You can get us and you can buy your tickets. Buy your tickets now, don't wait, on DetroitPsychedelics.com. That's DetroitPsychedelics.com, DetroitPsychedelics.com. And all of you people who are part of the crew, we want you all there so you could help answer questions, bring great conversation, talk over concepts, ways of utilization, all of these different type of things. So, we need you all to come out. We want you to come out. We want you to come out and have a nice time. We're going to make this a great, memorable weekend. So I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing all of you. Looking forward to us discussing the things that we care about, the things that we need to do. And this is really important. I know people are, they're doing conferences on everything, on all different types of healing and yoga and qigong, tai chi, martial arts, spiritual breathing, all those things. Let's connect it all together. Let's put it the way it should be. These are very trying times, but all times are trying, but they're very trying right now because we've moved to a place to where we can blow this. We can blow this human factor inside of the world up. Of course, the world ain't going nowhere. The human condition and the human time on Earth has been like a bad case of acne. Not really a bad case of acne on the Earth. You know, you can kill every human being on Earth, and the Earth will continue and go on. So it's not so much about us destroying the Earth as it is us destroying our ability to be able to exist on the Earth. Because rats and roaches, deer and bear will survive. Wolves will survive. The human beings will be gone, but we'll just be in another place and time. You know, sounds never dissipate. They just recreate another space and time. We'd be somewhere else and then flip to another simulation. But you got to have the access point and the codes to be able to flip to the next dimension to the left. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Come on out. This is Kilindi Iyi. That's spelled IYI for all the people who think that I on the computer is a L for some reason. It's Kilindi Iyi of the Iyi call. And I'm here as part of the Detroit psychedelic community, part of the worldwide psychedelic community. You know, one of the people who have been doing it for a little while. And I want you to know, and especially those people who haven't tried psychedelics just yet, this is the place to come and get your knowledge and information about if you're trying to do something or if you're trying to understand about whether there's something that is viable and something that you should do. You come out and see that the people aren't, well, some of them are weird, but you can come out and see that, you know, there's regular people utilizing psychedelics. There's mothers, there's fathers, there's bankers and people who sell jewelry, vendors, all types of people who live their lives, and psychedelics are an addendum and a asset to their knowledge and psychological health. You know, of course, they're utilizing it for depression and post-traumatic stress disease and other medical and psychological utilizations of these very, very profound and sacred plants and fungi. But you know me, I am the explorer, to go where no one has gone before, to sit up on the bridge and say, "Hey, Scotty, are the engines right?" "Yeah, Captain, engines ready to roll. Sulu, take us out." That way, warp 10. So I'm an explorer, and that's my main focus with this. But there'll be people there that will be able to help you talking about microdosing and all the different areas of the psychedelics. The Detroit Psychedelic Conference, August 10th, 11th, 12th, that's coming up in about 2 weeks. Get your tickets now at DetroitPsychedelics.com. Baba Kilindi, over and out. See you there. Don't wait. Peace.